Save the pig! What the heck? A pig with a party hat. Hello, Mr. Piggy. The secret piggy. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life. Help!
After yesterday's podcast, someone left a comment on the podcast and said, you know, I don't believe all this discussion. You've been having all this discussion recently about the fact that a lot of people come to your streams and watch your podcast or watch your other style of content, but not your gameplay. But I believe that your podcast is just a waiting room where people are just sitting there waiting for the gameplay to begin. That was their actual comment on my video. And so I responded to it. And I said, that's funny because why is it that yesterday during the podcast, I had over 400 viewers. And the moment that I turned off the podcast and booted up Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, we went down to 200 viewers. There's no waiting room. People are here for the show. In fact, yesterday, most people supported the stream during the podcast. When Final Fantasy VII booted, I got a few super chats and some gifted memberships, and that was great. But no tips came in whatsoever. Zero. Zero. In a 3-hour gameplay stream, not a single tip.
I told you guys I'd be happy just to stream without having any contributions.
So, what you're saying is false. It's a false narrative based on the fact that some people don't want to believe that I'm good at stuff other than gaming. Like, and not to say that they think I'm good at gaming, but you understand what I'm saying, like...
I'm just overall pretty good at all kinds of different games. You want to know the truth? I'm probably one of the best overall gamers in the country.
In some people's minds, they think so one-dimensionally that they think the only thing Phil could ever have notoriety for is his gameplay footage and being bad at games, right? There's no way anyone would ever want to tune into his podcast and listen to him talk about topics. There's no way people would want to see him react. There's no way they would ever find value in anything he does except making fun of his gameplay. It's such a false fucking narrative. There's no substantiation for that. In fact, the evidence is totally pushing in the other direction. Us having this fun discussion, us talking about current events and game news, us going back and forth and just being social with each other is ending up being more popular these days than my gameplay. Now, I'm not saying that's not going to change because we've got big games coming up. I mean, Rise of the Ronin probably is going to do pretty good. And then over the next few months, there's some big ones coming up that I think people will enjoy. It's going to bring back the attention to the channel because this is stagnated. Like, my views are down. My attention is down on the channel because I'm playing 3 fucking RPGs and you cannot maintain a YouTube presence playing 3 RPGs unless you're already giant. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. So, I know the gameplay is going to bounce back, okay? But the point I'm making here is the future is diversification. The future is going in different directions. No, I'm not giving up on gaming, but I need to start thinking outside the box and doing other things than just gaming every day, because it's not going to always work that well. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, yesterday, podcast went pretty good, and then when I went to play Final Fantasy VII, I lost half the audience, right? And it kind of sucks because I like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I've told you guys right now, it's pretty much my front runner, for Game of the Year.
No one cares about me. I'm boring. I'm a boring guy. Let's face it. There's nothing interesting going on here. It's an old man scratching his balls.
By the way, I want to throw this out there because I completely forgot to mention it earlier. Let me just say this now. For those of you who listen to this show every day, and those of you who watch the show every day, I've been asked, hey, Phil, why don't you have your show on Spotify? Why don't you have your show on Apple, whatever it's called, that distribution service? Because lots of podcasts go out and put themselves onto those services so they get a wider audience. Like they said, you cast a wider net, right? You're trying to get more people to listen or watch. And the answer I've always given is very simple. It's because I want people to come to my YouTube channel.
I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills.
This is where I put all my content. Whether it's a podcast, whether it's gameplay, whether it's anything. This is where I want people. If I spread myself thin over a million different distribution services, I understand maybe that'll get me a few more views, but I don't think that's going to benefit my business at all. I want people to come to this channel to watch my stuff because this is where I benefit. This is where there's ads enabled. This is where you can become a paid member and it helps. You know what I'm saying? That's why. However, there is a way to essentially subscribe and get this podcast daily delivered to you. And the way, it's called YouTube Music. I didn't even know it existed. All right? It's a separate app from YouTube's video apps or anything like that. It's the YouTube Music app. If you don't have it and you're interested in podcasting, you should probably get it, okay? So you get this YouTube Music app and you can subscribe to the Level 1 podcast. And this podcast every day daily updates and delivers it to you. You don't even have to do anything. And by the way, it doesn't clutter you with YouTube videos. It's not for YouTube videos. It's only for music and podcasting. That's it. So the Level 1 podcast, as well as the Daily Wrap, are set up as ongoing podcasts on that app that you can just subscribe to and just listen to every day. And it works.
I'm shilling like crazy.
So I strongly recommend to you, if you're someone who's a regular watcher and viewer or listener, because you may just listen to the audio of the show, try subscribing to it on YouTube Music. I'm being told two things. 672 says, I use YouTube Music. It's better quality than Spotify or Apple Music. Okay. Turtle Dude says, YouTube Music is completely free. If you're a YouTube Premium subscriber, you get access to all of it. And I've been telling you guys about YouTube Premium recently, how good it is. All the features. By the way, they're doing something new. If you become a new subscriber to YouTube Premium, you get a free membership on someone's YouTube channel as well.
Shilling. It's gross.
Yeah. That's something new they apparently just started doing. So just think of it. Become a YouTube Premium member. You get a free membership to someone's channel. You don't have ads on any of YouTube. You can pre-download videos so you can watch them offline with no or bad internet connection. You can watch and listen to videos in the background, meaning you could set up a playlist of like music and set it and then minimize and it still plays. You have full access to the YouTube Music app with all this music in there that you can listen to as part of the program. I mean, it's great. And I don't get paid by YouTube to say this. I'm just saying, like, if you like stuff on YouTube, if you like this stuff, this is a huge way to get value out of it. It's definitely worth the monthly subscription fee. And I get it every month. I'm telling you, it's worth it. I use it all the time. Okay? So if you like this show, you like the podcasts, consider the YouTube Music app. You can subscribe to it there and get it daily. And that way, you don't have to worry about, oh man, I don't have to sift through all these other videos on Phil's channels. There you go. Okay? Cool.
Oh my god, he's drinking wheelchair donations.
So at the Oscars, Ludwig Göransson won the Oscar, his second Academy Award actually, for his score to the movie Oppenheimer. Or is it Oppenheimer? I don't even know. I didn't watch the movie. I want to see it though. So he's 39 years old. Okay, and he goes up to accept his award, and he has a heartfelt speech. He thanks his parents, and then he said something that irked a lot of people and rubbed them the wrong way. Okay? He literally said this. You ready?
To my parents, thank you for giving me guitars and drum machines instead of video games.
This is a joke that pretty much previously, everyone would have heard the joke and just laughed and said, who cares? But today it's 2024, so because you make a joke like that, everyone has to talk about it, over microanalyze it, and go crazy about it on social media, right? So what I mean, like something like that, 10, 15 years ago would have been done. Everyone's like, ha ha ha, who cares? But now it's like everyone's so sensitive about everything that you hear the joke and you're like, wow, you know, here's the truth. I'm happy that my uncle introduced me to video games. It was my uncle who did it. If my uncle did not introduce me to video games, I might not have a job right now. I've been doing this as a job since 2011. That's, what, 13 years of my life? I've been employed for arguably a third of my life because of something that my uncle introduced to me when I was a kid as a hobby. And I found a way to turn it into a job. So I'm glad my uncle introduced me to this. So you know what I'm going to say? Gee, uncle, thank you so much for introducing me to video games instead of handing me a guitar. Because I might be sitting around unemployed right now if it weren't for you. You see? Now, how does that sound? Does that sound nice to music or musicians? No, it doesn't. It's insulting to them. And that's why today you've got to make these different kind. Oh, I got to be careful about how I said it and what, you know? It's like...
I'm all about myself. Oh, the stream's all about me. It's all about me.
But that's the funny part here, is that anyone on either side can say that. I do video gaming for a living pretty much, so I can say, thanks for introducing me to games, but I don't have to insult another art form to do that, and he just decided to do that, and everyone got pissy about it, right? Okay. I don't think that guy's going to be getting any video game companies reaching out to him for work anytime soon. He kind of burned some bridges there, just saying.
That's like me, right? That's like me.
All jokes aside, do you ever consider your fans as your boss since your business is fan-funded? If not, what title would you give them? Thanks for the content. Hashtag DSP politics to save the business. Ugh. Okay. Do you consider your fans as your boss? Okay. Fans and viewers are the customers. Okay? Not the boss, the customers. It's the same as if I operated any business, any independent business out there. Whether it would be a shop where people bring in their computers and people repair them and put them back out. A shop where it's a sandwich shop and you make food for customers coming in and you sell it to the customers. It's what it is. The difference is It's not a paid for upfront service. It's free. And then you basically tip after the fact if you like the service. You understand? So that's really how it works. So no, not the boss. The boss is me. I'm the one who determines how to run the business, what products I'm going to offer, hopefully making those appealing to the customer base and stuff like that. But I make my schedule, I make my hours, I make the content, I make the streams, I decide what to do.
I'm the one. I'm the one with the successful YouTube channel. Me, Ree.
But a person who operates their own business and does it well listens to customer feedback. And that's what I've learned to do more and more over the years. Take in all of your feedback. Tell me what it is you like and don't like about what I'm offering at my business so that I can try to cater it more towards what you want. Now, the thing is, much like any business, I can't make everyone happy all of the time. I can please this group of people today and this group of people tomorrow, but I can't just please everyone because everyone's different. Everyone's looking for something different when it comes to anything in life, right? You might like a chicken sandwich, the guy next to you might like a burger, and the guy over there might want a Philly cheesesteak, and that's, you know, the store can't make the best sandwich for every person. Same thing here. One person might like content that's fighting game related. One person might like RPGs. One person might like, I don't know, action games. One person might like it when I play a more challenging game where I fail and rage, but I persevere. One person might just like chill gaming where I was laid back and I'm more interactive with you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's all very different, and it's all for different people, right? So, yeah, that's the truth is, you know, it's just like any other store. I got to figure it out for myself based on feedback from you. But ultimately, I'm the boss, and that's the good thing. That I steer the ship. I direct the content, right? It's not me working for someone else for them to personally benefit on the work that I'm doing. I benefit from the hard work that I put in.
What?
You know, I don't feel underappreciated because I am the one who ultimately determines my level of success based on my level of dedication and hard work, right? That's the difference. But no, the viewers and fans are not my boss. They're my customers. And I need to make sure that I'm doing what it is that they want. Because if I'm making content that nobody wants, then I'm not going to have any customers come and pay for it, right? Exactly right. There you go. TIHYDP says, yeah, not if you love what you do. People who hate their jobs just can't relate. And you know what? That's not me talking down to anyone who doesn't like their job. I have 1,000,000% been there in my life where I've had jobs that I just did them for the money because you have to. You have to get by. You have to provide for yourself. You have to provide for your family. You have to do what's right, right? So even if you go to work every day and you trudge it out, you know what? You deserve massive props and respect if you bust your ass for a job you don't care for because you want to provide for yourself and those around you. You get kudos and respect from me because that's a hard thing to fucking do, to push yourself to do something you just don't like because you know you have to do it. You're basically living up to your responsibility, and that's a good thing. That's discipline, right? That's a very good thing in modern society to have that level of discipline.
Honest pay for honest work.
Fuck you. I don't do honest work, asshole. Only suckers do. Only sucker works a 9-to-5 job. I work 6 days a week over full-time hours. I work more in the days that I stream than if I had a 9-to-5 job. Doing a 9-to-5 would be easy.
And then you got an idiot like Raven who says, here's a quote from Phil, if I wasn't getting paid, I wouldn't be playing this game. You're right, I'd be playing other games that I like more. So what's your point? Dingus, you have none. Good job trying to nitpick a statement out of context and make me look bad when it doesn't apply to the situation. You're just an idiot. Congrats on publicly embarrassing yourself on my stream.
I got completely exposed. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. That I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.